Sometimes I find it insane in a world where music is like extremely limited on YouTube, and if you use it, they've somehow come to some sort of agreement where like they get all the revenue, even if you use just 10 seconds of their music on a 10-minute video, you know? In a world where that's going on, and it's extremely backwards in that industry, the gaming industry is just the opposite. The gaming industry is fucking down with the kids, lit, fam. And like, will just allow YouTubers and anyone to just post the whole playthrough on YouTube. They'll just allow them to just like, yeah, you can post the whole gameplay. I think we're very lucky. Like, they're just like, yeah, oh, you wanna on the release of the game, right away, you wanna stream the whole game? Our 5-hour game, you wanna stream it all on the first day? Okay. Like, it's just allowed. No developer is against it. They're all aware of the publicity, the advertising. They know, like a simple-minded person would be like, well, that's dumb. Why would someone buy it if, you know? But they're not. They're Giga Chad, like, fuck yeah, show the whole game. That's fine, we're gonna allow it. I think we're quite, in a way, I want to call it lucky. Because in a world where these companies are extremely, extremely greedy, you would think that the higher-ups would be like, no, we need to stop this, you know? But no. It's just allowed. Everybody, there's not a single developer other than Nintendo. Nintendo's the only one I can think of who actually is against stuff like that. And it's funny how the music industry actually has that to look at and look, wow, the gaming industry is like the biggest in the world now. And it's like spreading on YouTube, Twitch, like this is just free advertising. It somehow works, even though they're showing the whole game, like it's advertising it, you know? And yet they're still like, but we're not gonna allow that, even though it makes even more sense for the music industry to allow their music to be used, because music is something people listen to many times. But no, they're just like, no, we don't want you to advertise our music. You know, like, it's funny how it's the exact opposite with that. And it makes me so happy that the gaming industry hasn't been corrupted in that way. And there's still just, yeah, fine, sure. If you buy our special edition, you get to play this game 3 days early. Oh, can I stream that whole experience then before people can even buy it? Yeah, sure, no issue. Like, there's just nothing like that. And I actually think that's almost, honestly, a little surprising that there isn't any objection from any gaming company. And I think the only reason we haven't had any objection other than Nintendo is because nobody's doing it. Nobody wants to be the first one because you're an asshole. I think some of them have thought about it. They don't. They just have, you know, like as soon as it can be bought by someone, then everyone can start streaming it and put the whole playthrough up and stuff. And you know what it is? It's the equivalent of nukes. It's the equivalent of nukes. If everyone has a nuke, nobody will use it. If nobody wants to be the first one, right? Everybody's got a gun in their hand. Nobody wants to shoot. If only one game company was in charge of everything, they'd probably say, yeah, okay guys, this is the new rule. I would be willing to say, like, I bet you there's higher-ups, these like money men at the top of video games and stuff, publishers of a lot of these games have the thought, this Twitch stuff, like they have that simple thought, like, we're showing off, like, don't we want these people to buy it? Why are we letting these streamers play through this whole 4-hour story game? Like, then these guys aren't gonna buy it. They're gonna have these simple thoughts, but nobody wants to pull the trigger on it because as soon as they bring it up, people are like, we're not gonna be the assholes who do that. Look, everyone's allowing it. So even if everyone will have those thoughts, no one's gonna do it. And that's why we live in such a wonderful world where everybody's just allowed to stream any game, YouTube, you know, and the only asshole is Nintendo. And that's great, because whenever any asshole higher up is like, yeah, but we need it, then you can go, yeah, but look, like Nintendo's doing it and it's not good. Like, you know, I'm telling you, man. My point is, yeah, I remember seeing a game developer once that was like, content creators should pay developer royalties for streaming their games, and got shit on by the community. As soon as anyone even mumbles this shit, everyone's like, what the fuck? Because everybody's doing the same thing. So if one guy is like, maybe we should change it, everybody's just whoop, and they push it down. And so nobody does it. And so we're in this freedom where it's just like, I'm gonna buy something and then I'm gonna show it off to hundreds of people, and a lot of those people don't have to buy it. Maybe they don't even have the money, and so they get to enjoy it through me. Isn't that wonderful? In a world of capitalism and everybody trying to get the last dime out of every little customer, I find it amazing that we're allowed to do this. Because a lot of these games feel like movies. And that's the same as the music industry. They're not going to allow me to just sit here and watch a movie unless it's like Amazon Prime. And that's because Amazon makes money from it. That it's only if you're already paying Amazon to sit here with me. You know, so I don't know. I just find it really nice. I think that the reason we're allowed to stream games fully, show them off on YouTube fully, you could do it all without paying the developer anything. You could enjoy the whole story. The only reason you can do that is because the game industry is much newer compared to the music industry and the movie industry. They're outdated and they're old dinosaurs thinking, we can't do this, you know. This isn't what we do. We don't just show it off to anyone without paying for it, you know. But games have grown with the internet, and so they're synergized. It's synergy, right? And so it's grown and it's just allowed it. Game developers and these money men at the top of it, they came in too late. And by then, all these rules have already been set. Oh, sorry guys, you can't stop this. We're allowed now to stream the whole game. Like, you can't change that. And now it's so much harder for them to change that to their outdated rules. And it's the only reason, I think, it's a big reason why it's allowed in this like capitalistic fuckface of a world. What also helps that games are interactive media, so if I watch a movie, there's much less chance of me paying for it again, while I still might play the game I saw just to get my own experience. Yeah, sure. I mean, I agree with that. But a lot of higher-ups, I think, a lot of people who just care about the money would just be like, no, we must, if they're going to enjoy the story, they must buy it themselves, you know? Or the streamer must pay rights to show it to these people. Like, I think, I honestly think it's amazing that we have what we have. Yeah, the gaming industry got big so late that all these greedy money men who are at the top financing it all, they can't change that now. It's all set in stone. They can't come in here and say, let's change this up. They can't do it. It's too late. Yeah, and it's honestly a shame that the music industry isn't there either as well. Because music, to me, of all mediums, makes the most sense to have this, to allow... Just a simple thing is allowing streamers to play the music on stream. The amount of new songs that people will save themselves on their own streaming devices, on Spotify or whatever, is incredible. And because music, I think, more so than movies and games, is the most reusable media. And I find it incredible how greedy they are not allowing it to be shared. With how easily accessible it is and how common streaming services are, how easy it is for me to find a song that I like, I find it insane. It's not like I'm, you know, I just find it insane, yeah. They haven't, yeah. It's funny because they could look at the gaming industry and see, oh, it works, why don't we do that? But they don't. Yeah, people will literally listen to a song hundreds and hundreds of times. I think if anything, it's the one where it would make the most sense to just allow free use. It's archaic rules about rebroadcast going back to the radio era. Exactly, Mr. Trick. And that was my point about the movie and music industry being dinosaurs. And their rules are outdated. Whereas the gaming industry, all their rules, it came up with the internet, and so it's been integrated. Well, good talk, good talk.